Hey everybody, this is John from Rising Sun Music.
Hello.
I hope you're all doing well. What we got here, Brian Williamson over there on the keyboard. He's writing a story about what we're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah.
And the song is called Thievery. And Matias, lead singer, lyricist. Marianna Biondi, lyricist, singer. Myself, I wrote the music, wrote all the instruments, and for the one who's not here, Zach Davis, who played the drums. And he's been
Thank you, Zach.
close partner of mine. We've been working on a lot of projects together,
Yeah.
and it's very cool. And he's actually from Mass, also. Isn't that funny?
No way.
Yeah, he's from Mass. It's interesting, right?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
What in there?
So, what this is about is I had an experience about over a year ago where I was working with somebody, and we did this beautiful production. It was in, I actually don't want to talk too much about it, but and I wrote all the music, and it was like this Hans Zimmer type of song, and I was very proud of it because it was very orchestral and it was very movie-like and stuff like that. And then there were some other things that I don't want to discuss about that right now, but there were some things that happened to me which inspired me to write the song. And the song is about stealing music and how serious that is, and I wanted to get everybody's opinion, like in a kind of like in a round table type of thing. I posted some stuff online, and I got an amazing response from people that were very upset about it, and even people that had written me and told me that something that happened to them 30 years and they still haven't gotten over it, because for all of us in this room, I believe everybody is a musician, right? And so they know what music means to them and how serious, that how much it hurts, right? And it hurt me really bad to the point where, in my older life, I've been working on trying to stay cool, and to be peaceful, which my wife Sachiko San has been a big part of that.
Yeah.
Teaching me to be the Zen guy, But and I think I'm doing pretty good,
So far, so good.
But this one was a big test for me, and it really brought out something to actually where Brian and my wife and some friends of mine were inspired me. They said you should write a book, about your life, about things that have happened to you in music and the experiences working with so many different musicians and writers and what it means, and that's going to be called Holding the House of Pain. And for those who don't understand why I call Rising Sun Music the House of Pain, because I look at it as like a blues player, like for example, when you write music sometimes it brings you joy, but it also brings you pain sometimes, sad love song, whatever it is, right? And it's a way of expressing. And what happens is when you visit that house of pain, what comes after it, afterwards is the light. And that's how I look at it. And sometimes it's used in a way where that expression sometimes is, people are afraid to express it. They don't want to be vulnerable, if that makes sense. So I call this place is the place where you don't be vulnerable. This is where you let it out, put all your feelings out, and put out your best product. And God's given me a gift to be able to show the light to that part of it. And I'm very grateful to the Lord for that. And so with me, we got Brian Williamson, Matias, Marianna Biondi. Maria just had an operation, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be able to see really, really well soon.
But this is what devotion is all about. She's here. I said I really needed her, but she's here.
I had one good eye. I'm good to go.
Yeah, good to go. But she couldn't drive,
That's why Noonsy brought me.
Noonsy, Noonsy is the savior.
Yes.
He brought her down, and it was really important. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really needed her here because she was she saw a lot of it. What happened to me, and she even said it to herself. This is kind of scary, some things. So basically, what I want to know from each one of you, and actually, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to surprise somebody. I'm going to start from over there, and Brian, you're a writer, and you write music and. We've been working on a reggae project together. We're doing 10 songs, right? I think it is. 8,
oh, yes,
9, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than that, because it's not going to finish. We keep on doing it. So you as a writer and being the writer of the book and telling my story, What is your impact when you heard about or when you hear about somebody stealing somebody's music?
That is devastating. Very devastating, especially when you consider the effort that was put into creating that original piece and to being able to be the author of its originality. It's very sad. Well, it's atrocious. It's downright dirty and atrocious, and anyone that can stoop that low to, take something as opposed to making it is certainly someone that you don't want to keep in your company.
To be peaceful when people are evil. You dishonored my honor, my armor made carnage.
So what's up, howdy. Howdy. My name is, you would call me Matias. This is my little quick story on Thievery. I had a bad experience. My first experience with Thievery, I think I had several, but the first one that happened to me, I can remember very clearly. I was a young man. I was in my teenage years. And I started rapping, and I was making a song. And I made this song on a Tupac beat with some older guys. And I made this chorus, and it was a beautiful chorus. And these older guys fall in love with the chorus, and they're like, yeah, man, you should come into the studio and record this. I'm like, all right, cool. We created the day, or, the whole date and stuff to record. I showed up. When I showed up to record, the fellas were there. They're like, oh, we already finished. And I'm like, dude, like, what do you mean you finished? Like, you told me to come by right now to record my chorus that I wrote down. And they're like, no, we started, so we couldn't wait for you, they said. And they laid down and they basically thieverized, they stole my chorus and they said it. I was about 16, maybe 15 at the time. And that was a bad experience, and it hurt. Very uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do. I thought these guys were my friend. And it turns out the one guy that was involved, my older sister married. So it was a pretty fucked up situation. But that's my story on my first experience of thievery with music. To be continued. Thank you for your time.
You unholy, I expose thee. You betrayed me, you unworthy. You deserve to be hurt like me. Third to the third degree. How can it be? How can it be? I let it be. I blame me. Thievery. I can see thievery.
I guess for me, it wasn't as much about stealing lyrics and stealing the music, but using a person and sucking the life out of them, and then just taking all the credit for themselves. I mean, there was a point in my life where I wound up with ulcers in my esophagus, and I played for a year like that. You know how people have the whiskey bottle on stage? I had a bottle of Tagamet. Yeah, it was that bad. So yeah, it's cowardly, and it's the way I look at it is you learn from those who are better than you, and you teach those who are not. You don't take from. That's stealing. I mean, that's what it was for me. So.
Yeah, to steal, I think it's the ultimate sin that man or woman can make to one another. I think when you steal music, for me, it's soul. It's not body, it's not mine. I think it comes from somewhere else. You know what I mean? And it's a part of you. It's like taking a mother's bear's cub from her or something. You know what I mean? Or a man's child or something. you're taking a piece of that person's work as their piece of their soul. Music is different. It's not building a foundation or a house. It's not building an airplane. You're not, you know, I don't know. For me, I feel you can steal my money. You can steal my last cup of water, but to steal my music, that's awful. I think that's evil, you know, and that's a big challenge for someone to overcome and to accept, you know. But I guess that's why we made a song. We all been there. We all done that. So we could vocalize, you know, what we've been through, you know, because of that. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, when it just happened, it was not only the person copyrighted the music, right? And I sensed it. So I went to the copyright thing and I saw it. And it was like, oh.
Right.
And then when the person released the music online and claimed to have played all the instruments, and I played keyboards, guitars, bass, arranged the music, wrote the music, did everything, and the person doesn't even know how to play.
Right.
So imagine that.
Yeah, that's sick. What causes a person to do that? You know what I mean?
But I think is that sometimes in the world we live in music is, you know, it's for other people it's like the super cool thing. And for us, it's not. It is cool, but it's more something that comes from within.
It's life.
You know what I mean?
I'm really, really pleased, as always, to be here. When I got the call from John to be part of this, I was tickled, because in this business, there's not too many people that you could or should trust. I've had my share of that. Now I just smile and take it for what it is. But with John, he's my brother. He's never let me down. And I had an absolute wonderful time turning a bad thing into a blessed thing. So, I love you, John. We're going to keep on keeping on, as always.
My honor, my armor, may karma won't harm you, you're a goner. I'm anointed with a spirit that is holy. You let go of me, you can't control me, you unholy.
Because of the desire to want to be like us, because they, I guess it must be fascinating, and the whole idea of fame, and what if I become famous? If I'm famous, I'll be rich. Well, guess what? The worst thing in the world for me, in my opinion, is to be famous and broke, because you gotta get a clue of what's going on right now with the streaming stuff. It's very difficult for artists to make money. It's incredibly difficult. It's becoming harder, actually.
It's not because they don't understand. It's wrong or it's right.
Right.
So for them to not understand that's just bogus. I don't believe that for a minute.
No, I know, but I say it only to give the benefit of the doubt of how stupid somebody can be. You know what I mean? But I agree with Ish that it is evil. And I know there's malicious intent when somebody does that, because they have to think about it, right?
That's the only place it comes from. It comes from a negative standpoint.
Yeah, it's premeditated. But to give the benefit of the doubt, I only mentioned that. But this is not the case of what happened to me. This person knew. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm saying in the sense of, even if you're a person that's not a musician, get a clue. It ain't cool. You know what I mean? And if I were to be somebody that I'm trying not to be, I would expose that, and then a world of hurt could come down. But I don't want that.
Yeah.
What I want to do is talk about how serious this is and how it affects artists as a whole. To me, it's important, because this is what I do for a living. I work with people with original music. They trust me. I've got thousands of songs on my hard drives, and I've never had one person doubt me. You know what I mean? And I remember when I felt something, because I did, and that's why I say I agree with you with the evil part. I felt something. I said, you need to send me a copy of the copyrights. And he said, what? You don't trust me? And I go, oh, here it comes. You know, and
Yeah.
but I
Should not have
never
been the answer.
I never imagined that the person would stoop so low to actually say that they played the instruments. And that to me is like, I think that was more, because, you know, I called the copyright office and they said, well, if it's your song, it's your song, but you got to get a lawyer. You know, so in other words, and guess what? In these times and ages, it costs $3,000 to get an attorney, right? And if you only made 10 cents on streaming, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
this production about the song that we came up with, it's divided into 3 sections, right? It's divided into acknowledgement, karma,
Mm-hmm.
and warning.
Yeah.
What could happen to you if you don't? You know, your soul is on the line. Because you can't hide from God. You can, like, there's a saying in Puerto Rico, we say, I can cover the you know, the sun with my, you know, or the moon with my hand, but it's still there.
Mhm.
So no matter what you did, you know, it's
Can't
still
hide.
there.
You
And-
can't hide.
And I know at one point the person's going to be listening, and if they're listening, I said it to you before, make things right, you know, because I can't control what is going to happen because, you know, it's called the laws of the universe. You know, God looks over us and bad is bad and you know, evil is evil, and, you know, sometimes maybe it's good to find a place to repent, you know what I mean?
And others will not be kind.
No. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
Yeah.
but you know what the funny part was is that sometimes people feel they're entitled. You know what I mean? They're entitled to things, you know, and it's I'm lucky. I work with a lot of great artists, and I never ask them for anything. And it happened to me the other day. I was working, and this girl on piano, it's an amazing pianist, right, and singer, and we'll be working with her pretty soon because she's freaking amazing, right? And she said, "Oh, we got to give you a percentage because you're coming up with all these ideas that nothing to do with us, and it's making the song better." And I never asked for it, but I think you're right.
It's about
Your
giving.
conscience
It's just part of
speaks
it.
for itself, right?
Yeah.
And so, what would make you think that taking it and doing that is right? It's incredibly wrong. You know what I mean?
How can this be? How can it be? I let it be. I blame me. Thievery. I can see thievery. You can feel thievery. You can feel thievery has been revealed.
What's up, y'all? This is Matias, and I am here, and I'm here to express to you my introduction of the song Thievery and how I became involved. And the way I was involved was I just showed up to the Rising Sun Studios, also known as the House of Pain, and that's where I met John. And I went over there and for a whole nother reason. And this is our first time actually meeting, and he actually worked on one song with my vocals on there. Only I wasn't present. I was all the way in Boston, Massachusetts, and he was, you know, where he is in Florida, Tampa. And so we finally got to meet face to face, and it was magical. I'm super nervous, and I'm meeting this awesome guy. You know what I mean? This good, you know, well experienced man in music, you know. And I guess I made an impact on him, you know, and he offered me to record my vocals on the song or create a song, write some lyrics to a song. And I was like, okay, like, sure, you know. So he expressed to me the dynamics of the song. He told me what it's about, thievery and all that, and I took it in and I said, hey, I can resonate with that, like, very heavy. Like, I could really resonate with this, and so I accepted his the opportunity he gave me, and I just started writing down lyrics, and we came up with this beautiful format, like right there and then on the spot. And it's just it's a powerful, emotional, spiritual song, and it's just very deep. And I really think that a lot of people are gonna enjoy this song and gonna be impressed by it, okay? Because there is a message There is an absolute powerful message being said in that song, all right? And you can hear it. And it's not just my vocals, it's not just my lyrics. No, you hear it through the music, you hear it through the sound. Everything is speaking to each other to express a message, you know, a powerful message. Let it be a divine message. It's just overwhelming, and I am super happy that he was able to see whatever he sees in me and believe that I fit the part, you know, to execute what I did, you know. So I am very pleased. I'm very grateful for meeting this man, and for him allowing me to do something like that, because it means a lot, you know. It boosts up my morale, it boosts up my confidence. It helped me in so much. And honestly, the way he felt through that, how he expressed himself, is how I feel, you know. And that's why I think there's so much chemistry in that song, you know. And this song is just beautiful. It's just, there's a bunch of good souls inside this song, you know. And I'm sure we'll get into more detail of the whole experience and how it started and stuff like that, you know, and possibly another video. But I just wanted to take time to make this video to express my experience with the creation of Thievery. And again, thank you for the opportunity, man. And God bless you, because you are a special type of human. And just thank you for being pure and cool with me and honest in this opportunity. And I don't know what else to say, so I guess I'll stop talking. But to be continued, I'm sure there'll be more to come. So thank you with love and blessings. Godspeed.
Follow me, don't you fall victim to what I accuse them of. You should be smart and run, look what they...
As far as someone stealing what you worked so hard to put out with your whole heart, shame on them. I haven't had music per se stolen from me, but being in this business and working with the people that I've worked with over the years, I've had a lot stolen. So I know that pain. And you keep the people that you trust as close to your heart as possible. That's how we roll.
You can feel thievery, you can feel alas, my spell has been broken.
When you do things like this, there are consequences. Not physical or anything. You know, I believe, you know, that because I'm a firm believer in my spiritual life, and I know that karma exists, and I've seen it happen. And you know, but you need to look deep down inside to really understand how much it hurts to do that to an artist.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad. And it's you know, I would say it left a scar on me. You know, maybe, but the good thing is, here's the great thing.
Look what came out of it.
You know, and all the other songs I've been writing.
I know.
I mean, I got these songs that are coming out now.
They came out.
A little anger, kind of like, you know, it's like adding pepper to the thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little anger brings some stuff out, right? You know what I mean? And happiness too, because, you know, I like to write about happy stuff, you know what I mean? But, and, you know, it's a part of what we do, you know? And here's the crazy part. I work with a lady from Russia. Hey, Elena, how you doing? Elena Romanova. And, you know, she did my song in Russia. She was
she's amazing.
participant with The Voice, and was all because of, you know, a song that they heard that I did called Seasons of Change, that you actually sang it first. He was here when I was writing it. Nunes was here.
Yes.
And no, it's true.
Yeah.
So I remember we were doing a session, and I showed it to him when I first wrote it, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, she, you know, she's in Russia, and God knows the war's happening, so my song is like,
Oh.
you know, but anyway, but she's my dear friend, never crossed even one millisecond of her mind to do anything wrong to me. It was the opposite. John, this is for you. This is because she loves me because of the song. It's called "Times Will Be Better," right?
Yeah.
She could have done it. She's on the other side of the world. What would I have done?
Right.
You know what I mean? But she has integrity. You see, and that's what it's all about. It's about having integrity.
Doing the right thing.
You know what I mean? And
it's not so hard.
so, when we discussed doing this song, right? Remember I explained it to you, right?
Yeah.
And this is what's amazing about this production, and her too. Because she was with me through thick and thin when I was going through this really deep, dark, spiritual thing, right? And a friend of mine asked me, why did you let them write the lyrics? How come you didn't write the lyrics? I said, because I didn't want to be the guy, you did this to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Be that guy, right?
So I wanted to see if other people would understand how deep it was. So the part of my production was to bring others out and to express, and I will say this man and her wrote exactly what was in my heart. You know what I mean? I couldn't have done it better. I didn't want it to do it. Remember why I told you that, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? They're my voice. You know what I mean? And this guy came up, because, we were talking about some really deep stuff, It's,
Yes, we were.
See thievery, you can feel thievery, you can feel the last night's spell has been broken.
I think that, in my opinion, when we did this, Ish was, had experienced a lot of the same things I did. And I'm really happy that you did this, and thank you. I appreciate it, because it really meant a lot to me. I had to sit, after what he did, I had to sit down for about a month or two just to listen to it. And every time, once in a while, I hate to say it, I had a little grin on my face, all right now.
Yeah.
Here it comes. How do you like that?
Everything,
How
everything
does that
fell into
taste?
place, the way everything just
Everything fell in place
fell right
how
into
it's supposed
place.
to.
Yes, it
That's
did.
what I mean.
So for the most part,
All right.
Well, the next thing is the release. But
yeah.
what we wanted to achieve today, Tier, is to let you all know that it's not cool to steal somebody's music. Okay?
Yeah, don't steal
I
people's
mean,
music.
if
Do
you
the
don't
right
have
thing.
it, then pray for it. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And if you
Work
do
on
steal music, just know you don't know what to do with it, because you're stealing someone else's creation.
Yep.
Which means that person had an idea, they had a goal in mind, they knew exactly what to do with their creation.
Yeah. Find your own.
And you're gonna
gift.
steal, and you're not gonna know what to do with what you stole.
Yep.
And it's not gonna work out for you like it would have worked out with whoever.
Yeah, I showed
created
him.
it, you know?
I showed him the
Okay.
song today. And what did you say when you saw it?
Damn, 4 views. 4 views. Whatever subscribers. 1, 2, 3.
But what was the thing you said? You said, "Go figure," something like that.
Go figure. Or it wasn't worth it, or whatever. Or
Right.
was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Right. Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? You don't
I
know
mean,
what to
you
do
know
with
what I
it. It's like you steal a person's money. Their whole life they've been saving money, and you steal it, and you're gonna burn it away. You're just gonna burn through all their money in 3 days. But this person saved all this money, and they were gonna take care of their
Years and
family,
years.
their
Yeah.
children's children. They knew what to do with that, but you didn't. You just wanted it, and look what you did. You didn't know what to do with it, so you burned it all.
What payment?
Right.
So,
You know what I mean?
Right.
It comes around.
So
Eventually.
I don't know.
all
Just
comes
don't
around.
steal anything, but definitely don't
No.
steal people's creativity,
No. Find
because you
your
won't
own-
win at the end.
Find your
You know
own
what I mean?
dream.
What we
your own
call life
talent.
force.
Right.
You
God
won't.
gave us all a different talent.
Mhm.
Find your
Yeah.
own.
And the and the talent will come. Like today, I was supposed to record some bass, right? And what did I say to you? I'm feeling this too much. I'll do it tomorrow because I
Right.
got to be in the zone. I got to be in the right place to do it.
Yeah.
So, which means is for those who are out there who don't think that it comes instantly, no, it doesn't. There's a right time and a right place, and it'll
Right.
happen. And when it happens, it becomes special. I don't know how many times I've cried after doing a great production. Remember the one that we did for John Lennon?
What was I talking about earlier?
Right.
I was just talking about that on the way over here. I
Yeah.
said that was just one of the most
And we were all
wonderful things I
we were all
was
crying
ever
here like
part of.
fools.
We were crying like idiots.
You know what I'm saying?
It was
Aw.
that good. It was that good.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
You know,
So it's
man.
it's not cool.
Not cool. You won't. Yeah, you won't make it far.
That's why you're losing your mind. Your past life is now been